Getting a new hero is cool and all, but the best part of this update in my opinion is this, the boss challenge. Here you can play any boss on any map whenever you want, and crucially they also included ranked mode, or battle mode as it's called, since you're only competing against yourself. Today we're gonna try it out by playing one of my favorite things ever, Cornfield No Harvest. For those who watched my videos discussing map creation before the map editor came out, you will know that I think Cornfield is the best map in the game, period. Adding the boss challenge will enable so much more content. Even though you can't change any modifiers like HP or speed at the moment, it's still a near infinite amount of fun challenges that will be unlocked because of this, and I bet that at some point in the future modifiers will be a thing for boss challenges as well. Previously, doing things like this was only possible through modding. The fact that modders put in the work to make that happen was an amazing thing for the community. But mods mean a barrier to entry, meaning not everyone who wants to play it will end up doing so. Also, I'm not even sure if modding on mobile devices is even a thing. I myself don't really have any experience with mods. I was setting them up a few months ago, but my experience was not great, so I decided to just leave it alone. But now we have 24/7 bossing as part of the vanilla game, which is better than anything else. Honestly, I think it's better than any new Paragon, hero, or even the map editor. This is my favorite update of all time. This is also really fun for competitive Bloons. Previously, people would claim to have the world record for the fastest vortex or whatever, but those records were on weeks where the HP was turned down to nearly nothing, and then a week like that would never appear again. Without anyone being able to compete against that record, the title of world record holder would mean nothing. I, for example, hold the world record for the most amount of wanks in a day inside of this apartment, but you don't see me bragging about that since there's not really a lot of competition around. Now, on the other hand, the competition is open around the clock and actual records can be established. There is of course still the problem that BTD6 constantly changes with updates, leading some records to become unbeatable and others suddenly becoming easy to beat depending on the update. But honestly, that's whatever to me. The important thing is that we now finally have access to all the bosses at any time now, and I'm so excited for it. I can think of a million fun challenges and competitions that can be made using this new part of the game, and I'm looking forward to making videos about all of them. Today we're fighting Elite Bloonarius without removing any corn, and for tier 1 we will sell our NFT, Bloon Trap, Alchemist and Farm to afford a Spirit of the Forest that will deal some damage to the boss while also taking care of all of the insides and making some decent money. After getting the Spirit, we will get a Bomber Ninja for some more damage against the boss itself. That will be enough to take care of the first tier, and after that we want to get a base farm to get a Minneapolis, and then after that get working on a top path farm. Around this time we will also unlock Geraldo's fertilizer that increases the output from the farm, and we will use it on the farm at all times. Right after getting the BRF, we want to get an overclock for it in this little hidden spot, and then after that I get the elite sniper in this other hidden spot. But right as tier 2 starts, we will sell that sniper again and turn the farm into a tier 5 to be able to afford a MAD in time for when the boss gets in its line of sight. After getting the MAD, we will also upgrade the village to jungle drums and then get the elite sniper back along with a tier 4 sniper in the last hidden spot for more cash generating abilities. Due to all of the corn being in the way, the MAD will miss a lot of its missiles. You want to get the increased accuracy upgrade of the top path and then aim the MAD next to the boss. If you aim directly at it, you will likely end up crashing both missiles into the corn instead. After beating tier 2, we want to sell the MAD for another sniper and start using Geraldo's rejuve potion to get more out of them, and of course upgrade the overclock to ultra boost. When we can afford to rebuy the NFT, we will do so, but other than that we won't change anything else for our farming. I thought about eventually selling the farm to get a new Opolis with a BRF as a sacrifice instead of just a base farm, but I decided against it since that would mean that I'd have to get all of the ultra boost stacks back on my Banana Central. Which one would have been best, I'm not sure, but in the end it won't make a big difference anyway. For tier 3 we will replace one of the snipers with a degree 1 Apex Plasma Master. Even a degree 1 on this map will take down the boss before it even gets in the range of the Paragon. Playing bosses on this map is just one of the greatest things you can do in the game. You can bet we will probably attempt each and every boss in the No Harvest challenge just because I find it so damn fun to do. We will keep the Paragon and use it to take down tier 4 as well, but that tier will be a lot closer, so we will use some Geraldo items in the back to build up a last line of defense. The placement of the Apex is not good, but it was still able to just barely take down tier 4 on its own. I kinda wanted to use the new hero Corvus for this challenge just to showcase him a bit more, but I decided with Geraldo in the end since he's much more suitable for the challenge. But I imagine that since Corvus has a global range with his spirit, there can be some very fun stuff to do with him on this map, maybe something for the future. I wonder if we will see any bugs with all the different spells he has, like for example making something last forever. I mean, surely we can't just let Ninja Kiwi go on vacation as they're planning, right? I say we get on with it already and find something game-breaking. Speaking of breaking, my nervous system is about to break from the current cold temperatures. My sleeping schedule is pretty good at the moment. I get up around 3-4 AM and after spending about 30 minutes making an amazing breakfast, I walk down to the gym. As I was on my way, I was surprised to feel like my legs were freezing to ice just seconds after walking out my door, and it wasn't until later that I realized it was minus 18 degrees Celsius outside. No wonder I was freezing my legs off. Nothing can survive a temperature that cold other than my ex. Getting back in my nice warm cozy apartment was very nice, despite the fact that it looks like this. A mountain of boxes upon boxes. This is what has arrived so far for my new PC setup, and I'm still waiting to open anything until everything has arrived so I can drive all of the empty boxes to the garbage station at once. Or is there any creative soul out there that can think of anything useful or cool that I can make for my setup using all of these boxes? Maybe a cardboard castle? For the last boss tier, we're gonna get the NG Paragon, the Ninja Paragon, and a new Apex Plasma Master with a higher degree. I honestly thought I was going to be able to afford a Boomer Paragon as well, which is why I went for the NG Paragon since I already had an Ultra Boost placed out. Had I taken a moment to look at my cash and realized I wouldn't afford it, I probably would have gone for a Boomer Paragon instead. But in the end it wouldn't have mattered anyway as we took down the boss with relative ease. Make sure to leave a like on the video and comment down below what you think about the new boss challenge mode, and I will see you in the next one.